Bachelor in Paradise fans disgusted with cast's shunning after good deed. August 12, 2025. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News fans. Bachelor in Paradise fans have been disappointed by the behavior of some previous fan favorites on Season 10. But the events in the latest episode took fans over the edge. They took to social media to share their disgust with the cast after a good deed went wrong on the show. Keep reading to find out more. Bailey Brown learns the truth. Bachelor in Paradise viewers have known for weeks that Jeremy Simon was keeping a huge secret from Bailey Brown. While Bailey was on a date with Andrew Spencer, Jeremy was on the phone begging for Susie Evans to return to the show. The other contestants kept Jeremy's secret, but Brian Otts was conflicted after Jeremy continually said he regretted choosing Bailey over Susie during the shocking rose ceremony. Justin Glaze offered Susie his rose, but she rejected it and quit the show. Jeremy has continued to pursue things with Bailey despite holding a candle for Susie. The truth finally came out in Monday's episode when Brian spilled the beans. Surprisingly, Bailey didn't dump Jeremy immediately. Click here to find out where they stand today. Wells Adams shocked by cast shunning Brian Otts. Several of the male contestants felt that Brian broke the bro code by telling Bailey about Jeremy's betrayal. Brian was nearly voted out, but was saved when the majority of the votes sent Faith Martin and Kim Buke home instead. Bachelor in Paradise resident bartender Wells Adams had a front row seat to the drama. He's been serving up drinks and advice since Season 4. He's seen it all, but was still shocked that the cast sided with Jeremy over Brian. Bachelor in Paradise fans disgusted. Bachelor in Paradise fans were waiting weeks for the secret to come out and for Jeremy to get his comeuppance. However, once the secret was out, the cast turned on Brian and let Jeremy's behavior slide. Every single one of them sucks. It's so hard to watch. They're all scared of getting kicked out of the current Bachelor clique. So whack. Wells was the only one making sense. Pack mentality mixed with bro code. Not exactly moral giants. I'm so annoyed with this cast. Like any one of those people wouldn't have wanted to know if they were Bailey. Wells calling it out for bro code, douchebag code, literally. I honestly thought Andrew and Spencer were better guys than this, but they are slowly getting grouped right in with the rest. Everyone on this show is a massive piece of shit for this. Brian Otts was saved this week, but things are still tense with him and the rest of the cast. Tune in next week to see if he's punished for his good deed. Bachelor in Paradise fans disgusted with cast's shunning after good deed. The untold story. Paradise turns sour. When Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 began filming, fans expected the usual: sun-soaked dates, over-the-top declarations of love, petty rivalries, and the occasional shocking twist. But this season, one storyline has hijacked the headlines, and not for the reasons producers probably hoped. A good deed, the kind that would normally earn someone hero status in Bachelor Nation, has somehow turned into a scandal. One contestant's kindness toward a stranger became the catalyst for a chain of events that left them socially iced out by nearly the entire cast. The incident, which happened off-camera but during production, was never meant to be public. Yet whispers spread among crew members, a fan on the beach got wind of it, and soon social media lit up with the words, "Why is everyone ignoring the sweetest person on the island?" The good deed that started it all. The contestant at the center of the storm is 29-year-old Olivia Harris, a fan favorite from her original Bachelor season. Known for her quirky humor and genuine smile, Olivia wasn't the type to stir drama. According to multiple accounts, the good deed happened during an early filming day when the cast was still settling in. The Paradise crew noticed a local beach vendor struggling to push his heavy cart through the sand. Olivia, barefoot and still in her cocktail dress from the previous night's welcome party, ran over to help. It wasn't glamorous. She got sand in her hair, smeared her makeup, and even ripped part of her dress in the process. But she helped the man push the cart up the hill to the boardwalk, gave him a bottled water from the catering table, and went back to the beach without making a big deal of it. What should have been a sweet, feel-good moment somehow became a problem. How a halo turned into a target.
In any other setting, Olivia's kindness might have been praised, but Bachelor in Paradise isn't any other setting. Contestants compete not only for love, but also for screen time and storylines. Producers subtly shape dynamics, but cast members themselves are hyper-aware of how moments might play to an audience. When word got around that Olivia had made this selfless gesture and that crew members were gushing about it, some of the other contestants started to bristle. She was making the rest of us look bad, one anonymous cast member reportedly told a spoiler account. Producers loved her from the start, and this just gave them another reason to show her as the angel of the season. Before long, the mood shifted. Conversations quieted when Olivia walked up. She found herself uninvited to a group outing to a nearby cove. One morning, she came down for breakfast to find the others had already eaten and left for the day's date activities without telling her. The invisible wall. Olivia tried to brush it off. Reality TV can be cliquey, and she'd been through the Bachelor Mansion politics before, but this was different. It was systematic. Small acts of exclusion piled up. She'd get the cold shoulder during casual chats. Her name would mysteriously disappear from date lists she'd been told she was on. Even her on-screen interviews seemed shorter, less warm, more focused on why she thought people were ignoring her rather than her love interests. On camera, the producers edited around it. Fans saw only glimpses of her sitting quietly during group scenes or lingering on the edges of the beach games. But eagle-eyed viewers noticed, and they didn't like it. Fans found off. When the season started airing, fans took to Reddit and Twitter to vent. You can literally see them pretending she doesn't exist. It's gross. Why are they punishing her for being a good person? This is giving high school mean girl energy. Clips of Olivia's beach vendor moment, captured by a crew member on a phone and leaked online, only fueled the outrage. Bachelor Nation fan pages shared the video, racking up hundreds of thousands of views. In it, Olivia is sweaty, laughing, and clearly struggling with the heavy cart, but still helping without hesitation. The consensus was clear. Paradise had turned on one of the season's most genuine people, and viewers were disgusted. Inside the cast divide. While fans saw it as a straightforward case of jealousy, insiders say the cast divide was more complicated. A few contestants privately claimed that Olivia was playing the game, using the good deed as a way to get extra airtime and solidify her role as a fan favorite. Others insisted it wasn't about the cart incident at all, but about alliances, unspoken feuds from earlier in the franchise, and the fact that Olivia didn't play along with producer prompts. She didn't give them the messy sound bites they wanted, one former contestant explained. So instead of making her the hero, they let the cast dynamic push her to the sidelines. But Olivia's friends reject that narrative completely. They say she was nothing but kind to everyone, often helping set up group dinners, mediating arguments, and even comforting other women after off-camera breakdowns. The turning point. Midway through filming, the tension reached a breaking point. During a group bonfire scene, Olivia was seated far from the main conversation, quietly roasting a marshmallow by herself. A new arrival, unaware of the unspoken freeze-out, walked over to chat with her. The moment aired as a quick clip, just a few seconds of friendly laughter, but it became a lightning rod online. Fans flooded the newcomer's Instagram with praise for acknowledging Olivia like a human being. Ironically, this tiny on-screen kindness marked the beginning of a subtle shift. A few cast members began warming back up to Olivia, at least enough to speak to her in group settings. But the damage was done. Fans had already chosen their narrative. Olivia speaks out. After filming wrapped, Olivia silenced for months, honoring her NDA. But as the season aired and fan outrage swelled, she finally posted a cryptic Instagram story. Kindness should never be a competition. Do it because it's who you are, not because of how it looks. Though she didn't name names, the message was clear. Support poured in from fans, fellow alumni, and crew members. One former producer commented, "You were exactly the same off-camera as on. Not everyone can say that." Paradise producers in hot water. The controversy put producers in a tricky position. While reality TV thrives on drama, Bachelor in Paradise also markets itself as a place where contestants can redeem themselves and find love in a lighthearted setting. Allowing a clear instance of shunning, especially after a good deed, risked alienating viewers. In post-show interviews, host Jesse Palmer danced around the issue, calling Olivia a bright light and insisting you'll see more of her story unfold. But for many fans, the damage to the show's feel-good image had already been done. The real aftermath. Since filming, Olivia and several of her fellow cast members have reportedly mended fences. She's been seen hanging out with a few former Mean Girl culprits at franchise events, and she insists there's no bad blood. Still, she admits the experience changed her. "It taught me how important it is to protect my peace," she told a podcast. "I can't control how people see me or what they assume about my intentions, but I can control how I show up. And I'll never stop showing up for people, even if it costs me popularity." As for the beach vendor, Olivia still texts him when she's back in Mexico. Fans' final verdict. When the reunion episode aired, fan sentiment hadn't wavered. Hashtags like Justice for Olivia and Be Kind in Paradise trended for days. In a franchise built on manufactured drama, Olivia's story stood out as a rare example of real-world morality colliding with reality TV politics. And if Bachelor Nation's Disgust is any indication, fans are craving more good deeds and a lot less cold-shoulder gameplay.